Well, welcome back and welcome to 2021. So Christmas 2020 is in the past, admittedly now, and while this was a dumpster fire of a year, I do want to take just a moment to reflect on how Christmas 2020, while different for most of us, did bring some actually good changes here at Club Breen for Christmas. Of course, it meant smaller celebrations. No big gatherings. It meant simplifying everything, whittling it down, all those trappings of Christmas to just the important parts. I actually made flannel pajamas. They didn't fit anybody. But they're good for stories. And I made aprons that my kids all wore to help make Christmas dinner, and those were very useful. And since the pajamas didn't fit right, they're making fodder for stories for Christmases to come. I'm sure they will. Two of my grown kids spent some time, energy, and creativity making books for my oldest and his new wife. One of those books was called A Book of Untrue and Obscure Facts, and it included short stories about everything from the mind of Johnny Breen. The other was a battle book, and it was this versus that. Who'd win a battle between, say, a pop-up pirate and a woman in a Venus flytrap headdress? Who knows? Or the Coca-Cola bear and a helpful bellhop? Okay, that book was a hit. It lasted all through the day, actually for days after. My kids all pooled their money to have my piano moved back home for Christmas. It's been at their dad's house while I was in Ireland, and I just haven't had the money to be able to move it back, and they did it for me. And this is the absolute best present that I could have asked for, because it's going to give me something to do while we're all sequestered again as we endure the beginning, at least, of this next year. And I asked everyone to create family games this year. One was a cell phone version of charades. One was a question game. It was to get to know our family members just a little bit better. One was a trivia board game somebody brought, and while we didn't get to my game, I'm thinking it was the very best. You see, it was going to be a card game, and the loser had to go out every time somebody lost in a shorthand. They'd have to go out and move a number of pieces of wood. I'd had wood delivered just a few days before Christmas. All had to get moved to the porch, so I thought this was good. You lose 3 pieces of wood. You lose, you got to move 5. Well, we didn't get to it, but all the wood's moved now. The point is, we did scale back the spending this year, of course, and we did scale back the expectations, and we did scale back the material things in favor of quality family time. And I gotta say, that was a tradition worth keeping. For Aging and Awesome, I'm Erin Breen.